He was there and we were spazzing out.
It was right before 9 p.m. when a 120-pound female black bear cub was spotted inside the Sears at Pittsburgh Mills Mall. And as you can imagine, the sight for people inside was frightening.
He came right up by her foot and growled. She about had a heart attack.
Customers inside at the time credit store employees for quick thinking to get everyone out safely.
They get on the speaker and they're telling us to go to like a certain exit in the store. And it was weird. Then he came on again. They said a few different things, and the voice seemed calm but slightly panicked. And then when we're walking casually, there's like a group of us, and as soon as we get to, we're about to exit, the one employee says, "There's a bear," and we all look at each other, and we just run out.
Sears and the entire mall was evacuated while wildlife conservation officers shot the bear with a tranquilizer gun. At one point, they had it trapped in between the double doors, but before the drugs could set in, the bear got back into the store before it fell asleep and was taken away by conservation officers at 10 p.m. Even these animal experts say they've never seen this particular situation before.
Not in my area here, and I haven't heard of it in Pennsylvania. I've heard of deer having incidents like this, but not a bear.
When it comes to security, the most obvious change for runners was having to use clear plastic bags to check any items.
It's not really that big of a hassle when you look at all the problems that they had up in Boston. I think that Pittsburgh taking the precautions are doing the right thing.
29 bomb-sniffing dogs inspected the route. The Coast Guard made inspections under bridges. And this device on top of a building, as well as this handheld version, were used by a local company to look for any chemical agents or fertilizer that could be used in a bomb. Another change, spectators were kept farther away from the runner's starting area. Backpacks and bags weren't allowed beyond this checkpoint. An officer even looked at the stroller Russ Shelley's daughter Maggie was in.
It's understandable concerns these days. Unfortunately, it's just the reality of our times.
The city determined which garbage cans along the route to remove and which ones to keep. There were extra police, and paramedics had extra gear, including tourniquets. Now, around 10 a.m., there was a report of a suspicious package found at this intersection, 5th and Liberty. Investigators got here right away, and fortunately, they found nothing. The race went off rather smoothly.
It's a sense of relief that the event, it happens. I think we found a nice balance between security and safety, reassuring our runners and still creating a fun atmosphere.
David Highfield, KDKA TV News.
The official Super Bowl game ball. I got mine. They're making them while you wait, and I'll bet you didn't know this, but every one of these game balls made in the state of Ohio.
Next time you pick up a football, look for the tiny Wilson logo hidden among the pebbling. That means it went through Jane Helser's sewing machine.
I sew the top two panels together and the bottom two. Then I sew those two together to make a full section like this.
That's when she hands off to Wesley Gilroy, who softens the leather with steam. Taps the ends into a more rounded shape and turns the ball right side out.
This is what actually holds the air into the football.
Donna Putnam gets it next. She inserts an air bladder and laces it up.
This is where the QB is going to put the finger.
Exactly. They like the laces raised a little bit so they can fill them.
The laces tucked in so tightly, no knots are necessary. The company claims no ball has ever come unlaced. Once more in the pressure cooker with Tina Oglesby for molding and shaping just to tighten everything up.
Ends are oddly shaped, and when it comes out, everything is smooth.
Yeah, it's kind of square here, but then it's
and
rounded.
Are pulled tighter and they're laid flat.
It is the only regulation football made entirely in America.
Wilson is the only one left, and we can supply the NFL. If they call me today, I can have a ball with them tomorrow.
But this particular ball, not bound for Cowboy Stadium. Pittsburgher Alton Turner bought it right off the assembly line.
It's kind of cool to get your own football made. It's part of the experience.
And Ohioans worked for this company for a long time. Talk to the boss. He says the average length of employment at Wilson Football, 25 years. So we do have some companies that are still doing okay in the Buckeye State. With countdown to kickoff coverage, I'm Eric Miner, News 9.
A major highway filled with debris scattered for hundreds of feet. A Chevy Equinox mangled, a truck knocked off its wheels, a young woman killed.
We had a commercial tractor trailer that was traveling westbound on US 22, and the car was traveling eastbound on US 22, crossed the median, and then struck the trailer on the commercial vehicle.
You can see the marks she left behind. The truck driver never saw it coming.
Witnesses just said that she had drifted off into the median and then into the other opposing lanes.
Sergeant Jeff Bernard tells me there are still a lot of unanswered questions, but there are things he can rule out. He says she wasn't going too fast. Although troopers tell me that speed wasn't a factor, you can see just how much force was behind this crash. It took out the entire back axle of the tractor trailer and also took out the stretch of guardrail. I did get a chance to speak with the driver of that truck, who tells me he's been driving since 1992 and had never been in a single crash. But he says going through this, he's not sure if he'll ever get behind the wheel of a truck again.